Travis on the beat.
Okay, let's get this done. So you want to buy as soon as possible and get onto the map to prevent invades, freezes, all that nonsense that happens in the early game. When you're on blue side, as a jungler, you want to stand in this brush. You want to stand to the edge of the brush to gain the most amount of vision possible. You also want to stand to the edge of the brush so that if they're wrapping around using fog of war, you have more time to react. Right at the volley should have stood above me to prevent any nonsense that might have happened there, because as you can see, that's just fog of war, as he isn't looking for an advantage in the early lane using the brushes. The Fizz should be standing where Samira is, and the Taric should be in Tri-Brush, or Taric and Samira should be in Tri-Brush. I like the Taric's ward here, prevents against early cheeses level 1 that prevents you from getting to the wave. The one thing I would say, he should have placed it as soon as he spawns, so run straight to the bush, drop the wall. The Samira wall is sketchy because they could have been running there instantly and caught off guard there. In this game, I'm Viego here versus a Warwick jungle. A bit spooky matchup in that he always wins the 1v1 in the early game. But I'm jungler, I don't have to force the 1v1 onto him. The top lane matchup is Volibear versus Shen. It's a bit of a skill matchup. Shen favored, I select 60-40 in favor of Shen. But Volibear can win it if Shen misplays. In the later stages of the game, it's a bit more even, slightly Volibear favored, but Shen can still win it depending on how fed he is or how he farmed during the game. In mid lane, it's a Fizz versus Malzahar. It's a bit of a poor match for Fizz, melee versus range. Malzahar has superior wave control. Onto the Fizz, he has his passive that denies the Fizz's ability to force all-in trades. And given that Fizz is an assassin that's highly reliant on cooldowns, if Fizz were to use cooldowns to get to the Malzahar and burn them on his spell shield, he just loses a lot of damage. In the bot lane, it's Samira Taric versus Jinx Locks. Melee versus range, but not really. Samira has very good gap close onto them. I see melee versus range because Samira is basically a melee AD carry. But Samira has good gap close onto them, and she negates a lot of their damage with her W, so good W usage could really destroy them in her lane. And she also has good and consistent CC with the Taric and sustain and shielding through him as well. I play this ward above me here to prevent for Warwick's potential cheese, because he has proven that he's looking to do nonsense. But we see him topside here. The reason why I didn't go straight after Krugs for a play in his bot side is because it'll take too long to walk there. I'm not going to get anything meaningful done. And if he resets right away to cover his bot side, as I said, I don't get anything meaningful done, and I just waste a lot of time. So I prefer the sequencing and the consistent goal, over the coin flip, more risky play. Consistency over risk, right? I also skip my red buff to have a better sequencing of my camps on second rotation. This is just a free and easy gank here. Pick it up nice and easy. Right here I just fished for something onto the Jinx. Right here I noticed that Samira is hard shoving, so I help her shove. She should have frozen the wave, so base right here and let the wave come back to her, and then the enemy bot lane can't walk up. Right here we know where the Warwick should be, so we ping danger. We don't stay here to cover the Samira and the Taric. What they're doing is a misplay. They should have reset, spend their goal, let the wave come back into them. But I need to reset and be on tempo to prevent losing my topside camps. So Warwick should be bot side right now, given the information that we had. Right here I'm passing topside. Clear my topside path down. This game, bot lane is both teams win condition. Right? They have the damage, they have the everything that our team needs to do to really go forward with the game, right? I'm not really gonna win the game playing through top side. Shanka Stonewall top lane. Malzahar versus Face is a bit of a neutral matchup, so I'm playing for bot lane. So that's why I parted top. I started top and parted down bot lane. Always want to be looking at your wave states and playing off of that. Somewhat, for the most part, I would say. So as you can see here, because I did Krogs after Raptors, I have a better sequencing of camps here. Right here, again, the Warwick should not be parting towards the Volley Bear, because Shen isn't really going to carry his game, right? It's going to be his bot lane and potentially mid lane, right? So he should be playing around mid lane and bot lane. Right here, I feel confident going for this dragon because Warwick is off tempo. He should have been bot side, he isn't. He should top side. I know the dragon is free, my bot side has priority. Face has prior, even with Tariq not here, I feel very confident going for this. So I do dragon, and well, the Samurai moves over, which is nice because she shoved the wave. Yeah, I feel confident going for this dragon here. I'm level 6 here. I expect Warwick to be doing grubs, sorry, so that's why I part for his bot side here. Because Warwick was so slow on clearing, his wolves aren't up yet. So I walk down a little bit just to check on the minimap the cooldown of his wolves, the respawn timers. I take his wolves, I take his grump, and then I look for a bot side play here. But I make sure I take his wolves first before I look for the play. Right outside the in rule, I saw by Vakaru. Hope I didn't butcher his name too much. But basically what it is you go for the riskier play and then to the safer play, or the play that is on a timer that you're not going to gain the opportunity to do after you go for the more consistent play. Or the less risky play. So right there I take his wolves, his grump, deny him, and then I move for the bot side play. That's gonna happen anyhow. Right there, my bot lane, they didn't really want to go for a dive, as well as the locks backed off. So I base and get onto the map. I spent too much time here buying, so that's something I should instantly buy and be on the map. Warwick is inting again here. Notice he has a blue buff, which is a decent punish. He punished me for being bottom and ganking. Fairly onto him. I pick up the control ward because I expect wards in my jungle because the Warwick was topside. I don't even bother to check for my blue because I knew that he took it because I had my camera and I checked that my grump wasn't there. And from here I just part top to bot again and I'm playing for my bot side on repeat. Right here, Warwick should be passing bot side. So if I look for that, I think that okay, he should be there, and I ping on my way to red. Now I ping on my way to red, even though that Warwick could be bot side here, because I really want to get my red right. My bot lane isn't in too much danger right now, but they're gonna be. So I'm parting. I'm letting them know, hey, danger in certain areas where Warwick could be. I drop my control ward here to clear the vision, which is fine I suppose. And I'm trying to be aggressive here, because Warwick should be bot side, right? But then we see Warwick top. Huge misplay, he's inting, right? He should never be topside there, he should be bot side, clearing his camps, and then parting to top if it's anything, since he is proven that he wants to part top lane. Right here, we go for the Malzahar. I could have used my Q there and strip him off his spell shield, but I didn't. Right here, yeah, this is just free. Tariq is right behind me. I also, because I'm not sure if he has flash or not, and then I take his jungle camps. Right here I go for his wolves over whatever is happening on bot side, because they took his tower to do anything really. If they were really low and it was straight diveable, I'd be fine with that, but they're very healthy, and Warwick should be punished for his action. Right here, I'm ahead. I have priority mid. I know where the Warwick is going to be. I really want to stop him from getting all 6 drops. So I ping on the way to Grubs, and I look to make a play here. I have my Volley Bear coming up for reset, priority in mid lane with Fizz, so I just feel really comfortable and confident in making this play here. Take my Grubs, and I'll part into my top set and part down. Okay, this is good. So right here, I reset because I have item. And what do I do after item here? What I do now that I have the item, I reset, get my item, get my power spike onto the map, so I'm strong now. And I'm much stronger than the Warwick. Right here, I part bot side because I know that the Warwick is parting down. Alright, he has no bot side camps, so I'm parting straight into bot side. And Dragon is also up, as opposed to doing my top side camps and then parting down. And as a result, I pick up an easy triple kill. So this, just general Viego things. But this is all because I knew where the Warwick was. I was tracking him, tracking his pattern. I took into account that I took his bot side camp, so he is homeless. So what is he going to do? He's going to go bot side and just cover my bot lane simply. I think for them to take the tower, to do stuff with the tower, but they moved to assist me. They did hit it a little bit, but they should have stayed on the tower and tried to make a play there. Warwick is upset again, so I take his bot side camps as punishment. You must punish the enemy jungler when they make mistakes. Right here is a bit spooky because the enemy bot side could stop me, but I have smite and I'm strong, so I feel a little bit confident here, even though that my bot lane isn't in position and the enemy mid lane has priority on my mid lane. So I go for this, I punish the Warwick, and I take Circle Crab here. So from here I could look for another play onto the bot lane, as opposed to going top side, or I could look for my bot side camps. Right here, I manipulate vision, right? So I'm aware of where vision could be, and I just abuse them here.
Ally has been slain.
Right, I don't want to get rooted there, so I just pull off. It's fine. Now here, I'm parting in the top side, right? Because I want to deny the Warwick this rift. He's also intent by trying to go for my top side camps here. This is a misplay, right? Because I was just bot lane. Now he could probably be thinking, okay, what is he gonna do? Bot side camps, but realistically, he should consider that I could be parting top side because of it, and just deny him. So this play is mega grief for him, and I just take rift as a result. Something I would note there, right, is that with Rift, I took the Rift kill, but I gave the Rift to Volley. That's because I deem Volley worthy this game of playing. He's been playing decently, so I think he's good enough to have the Rift. I was looking bot side there because I knew where the work would be, bot side. So, Raptors into bot side play. Right here, this is a bit spooky, the Shen, the Warwick, the Jinx. So I don't really feel comfortable going for it, and I just leave. Which is fine, right? You don't go for plays that, don't feel pressure to go for plays that you know to be bad. You want to evaluate the play before you make it, and evaluate it throughout the play. If it's not looking good, don't go for it. And just take tower here. As usual, you deny the Warwick jungle because I'm so strong, I'm so ahead that I could just do this. I'm a bit cautious because my team wasn't behind me initially, but I'm very strong and I really want to leverage that I'm this strong. Right there, I flashed the Jinx's W because I really don't want to be slowed there. It's very detrimental to me. So I just flash it and engage onto the Jinx. Right here, no play can really be had so much, and right here, this is very nice. This is very, this is hardcore jungle denial here, right? I know the Warwick software comes up, right? So I just deny him. I just walk to tower and just take everything that he has. He's homeless, and this is all because Warwick was off tempo and not where he was supposed to be when he was supposed to be. And we just destroyed them here. Easy. Clear wave, take tower. That's the objective here. We want to take tower and leave. The reason why we don't want to stay for tower is because their timers are too low. By the time, if we stay for the inhib, we may or may not get it. If we get it, they will have respawned already. And we could potentially die. As opposed to what I'm doing here, I reset with my tempo. I'm going to go for Dragon. I'm up tempo on the enemy team. I'm stronger. Dragon is free here. We don't need to force inhib. Another reason why inhib isn't good here is because Baron isn't off yet. Right? And generally, you don't want to take early inhibs without Baron. Unless you're really far ahead. And I get that we're really far ahead here, but it isn't wise to give them that free income of gold if you're not strong enough to pressure the map and end the game quickly, because it's just free gold, free XP, and you don't want to give them that. You want to deny them as much as possible. And when I just pause there watching this fight, so I'll go back to the point, but right there in the fight, notice that I'm spacing. Right, I'm spacing the Warwick and I'm playing to the edges of the fight. Because as Viego, you don't want to be the front line. You want to play the edges, you want to play the flanks. And catch them off guard, go for the ADCs, the squishier members, those lower members. You kind of want to play to his side and then make plays that way. Let the front line engage. And Warwick was severely out of position, walking in on me. Right, so back to the point now, you don't want to go for the inhib if you're not able to advance your lead, otherwise they're going to get fed off of those waves. I think everybody played generally good, so I just honored everyone. So in conclusion, the Warwick, he wasn't farming properly, he was off tempo, where he was not supposed to be at particular timings, and he didn't play for his win condition. And I think those are the major things that the Warwick did wrong and where I succeeded. I didn't make too much egregious mistakes this game. Alright? Good game.